All right. February 19th. It is Monday. It's President's Day. It's a federal holiday, so the markets are closed. I figured I would hop on and make a couple videos today reviewing my trades from last week. I had two new PR days last week. I had a PR day on Monday, finishing just under 13,000 on the day, 12,600-ish, something like that, between MGIH and BMR. So we're going to take a look at how I traded those two tickers, and then I'm going to we're going to have another video reviewing how I traded CHNR on, I believe it was Thursday last week, the 15th, because Monday last week was my first five-figure day. Thursday was my second five-figure day, a new PR by almost $3,000. I traded really well last Thursday as well, and we'll take a look at those trades after this video. So jumping right into it, we have MGIH here. This is just my screen recording from last week. I pretty much always record my screen while I'm trading in case I want to cut some clips for social media or just review my trading and see what I can do better next time, which is really valuable. So the context here is MGIH was a leading gapper. It faded into the open. It starts curling up. I got, I think, like one small trade in this area as it was breaking up through VWAP, but it didn't quite have the volume yet that I was interested to trade. And so I let it halt. It halted up here again. So obviously very strong on the day now at this point. And the resumption was way up here, 335. It's dipped all the way back down to 270, 280. And that's where we're going to start the video. So you'll see right away, I am buying this dip. It's not going lower, so I buy. And I'm trying to be as patient as I can as I scale out, or either try to hold the whole thing. You know, it's volatile enough to halt twice. If it's not going to halt down, I'm kind of thinking we're probably going to test the upside. So I'm letting it go here. And I've scaled out half of my position just to lock in some profit. I didn't really have a profit cushion on the day at this point. You saw when I started the video, I was up like $100 on this stock. Now I'm up almost $1,500 on it, entirely from that one position that I bought down there. It halted. We have the halt resumption. Let's see how I play the resumption. I'm guessing I probably buy the dip because it fails to go lower. And yep, 2,500 shares in there at 345. And now I'm just letting it blast off. You know, that $3.80 to $4 range, I'm kind of assuming it's going to hit 4. And if it has a hard time staying under 4, I'm kind of looking at that next halt level. And one thing that I noticed here is I should have bought this. It wasn't going lower. I flipped over there. I don't even know what I was looking at. But I missed an opportunity to buy there in the 380s for a 40 or a 50 cent win. That could have been. So again, super valuable to review tape. I did buy that dip. That was a good buy. And I'm just trying to get my position out around the whole dollar. Because now in this situation, we have basically, it popped over the whole dollar. It couldn't halt up. And now it's potentially rejecting holding the whole dollar. So that's not really a trade that I'm looking to hold as much as, you know, I can maybe get in here on this dip. It pops 10, 20 cents. I can take profit. That's what I'm thinking in this situation. So I got 3,000 shares there off of 390. See that big seller on the ask at 410. So I'm selling. But, you know, you do that a couple of times and you're stacking up gains pretty well. So you see some sellers coming in there just over 4. What's kind of interesting about this, though, is it's still holding up so well. You know, why do we have 50,000 shares on the offer just over 4, but we're not fading, we're not breaking down? So I want to buy here right now. Yeah. And I did. So I'm in almost 4,000 shares there. I got out flat because it didn't bounce as quick as I wanted it to. But I get right back in and I'm just kind of testing that level. Like, again, we know there are sellers up there. It should be breaking down, but it's not. So there we go. I got in about 4,000 shares there. Took some profit over 4. It rejects again. Obviously, it's not quite ready to actually go. But again, this would not be a bad place. I'm guessing that I maybe take a position around here again in the next couple of seconds. Well, now it's changed. Now we have that seller there, but we have that bid at 380. So I probably do take a position. Let's see. Yep, so I got in there a little bit late. I should have gotten in a little earlier as I saw that seller breaking. So that's fine. I managed that loss well. It was a 5-cent loss. Super manageable. But again, it's kind of looking like the chart and the level 2 are showing me pretty clearly 380 is a floor right now. So I could look for one of two things. Get an entry right above 380, hold for the move back up, or wait for 380 to crack if it's going to. So there's a big bid there. So now I'm going to watch to see if it's going to crack or hold. So it holds, I buy, I'm in 4,000 shares at 88, and now I'm kind of assuming we're going to launch. I took some profit out above 4. I hope I don't sell more here because it rejected 4, but still you can see how much trouble it's having breaking down. So I guess I did a little time cut there. I guess it just didn't go higher, so I kind of moved off of it. It did go lower, and then it got bought up hard off of this bottoming tail as it attempted to go lower again. Now we're coming back up to the $4 whole dollar level, and looking at this, I would assume that this would be a really good potential reward area to buy for a break of 4 and then watch if it holds. So breaks 4 there. I sell real quick, probably hopefully take another position on it here as it's going higher. So I missed that, obviously. But again, like I had a really good day on this stock, and you can see I'm missing trades. I guess maybe I'm being more conservative. To be fair, I guess this was one of the first days of really hot momentum that we had had in a while. So I guess it makes sense that I'm not quite being that aggressive on it. But yeah, that whole setup makes a lot of sense going into the halt there. It thins out, false halt. I should buy that dip. And I didn't there. Hopefully I buy it here. Okay. So I bought it for 34, 3,000 shares. And let's see. So I guess I'm looking to see, is it gonna hold the 40s? You can see I got some profit out there at 43 from my entry at 34. And now it's not going lower. So again, I'm like, if we keep holding 35, 40, it should go through 50. And there you go. So now you get the move back up to the next halt level. And at this point, I'm holding, I think I had 3,000 shares. So I'm holding a third of my position from down there at 34. And what's becoming apparent to me at this point is it's having some trouble halting up, but it's also not breaking down. And now I'm in 4,500 shares at 460. So I'm actively sizing up as I'm realizing it's not breaking down and it's not quite halting up, but it is just going higher. So I got some profit out there at 86, 70, actually 96, 86, 77. Got a little bit more out there. So that's 5,800 on MGIH. And I think that might be the end of MGIH for this video. Yeah, because now I move on to BMR. And BMR was tough, actually. You're going to see me go from up 13 or 1,400 on this stock to literally red, like 16 bucks or something on it in about 2 seconds. So look at that. Look at that profit just evaporate. And, you know, it wasn't even a big position, really. 1,400 shares, I lost 70 cents on it. Compared to MGIH, which was more of like $4, $5, $6 range. I was taking 4,000, 5,000 shares of it. A little bit easier to manage risk just in terms of the range, but 1,400 shares on this stock quick loss. But at the same time, like, it's still holding up. It still has a lot of volume. It still has a lot of range. So luckily, I didn't let it get to me. I'm down just $16 on it. And you'll see me over the course of the next minute make all of that back. So bought 1,600 shares there as it's kind of failing to go lower. Just took a loss mainly because of the spread, like 20-cent loss on the spread. Got another entry in there, just over 18. So now I'm just watching for pretty much my entry on the bid to hold, and I see that there's a buyer right there, literally 5 cents below my position. It's having a hard time going higher. I would have much preferred to get an entry just under 18 because we can see, based on that bottoming tail there, that it's getting bought up hard under 18, but still might potentially drop over 18. So I sold there as I saw that bid kind of evaporating a little, but I get back in, and my thought is basically if we're going to hold 1820, 1830, we're going to test 1850 at least, and if it goes through 1850, I can decide what to do then. If it holds 1850, logically 19 is up next. See what happens when we get to 19. So we've got 70 on the ask. Let's see how much buying comes in. So now we're 87 on the ask, now back down to 67. It's having a little bit of trouble really taking off, but there you go. There, that's what I was looking for. So a couple of bad entries and small losses to get that profit back, but a pretty decent read on it overall. I could have just gotten in on my entries lower, and I don't know if that was a me issue in terms of like timing my buys, or if I was just getting kind of high fills from Thinkorswim and TD. Kind of hard to know, but just good to be conscious of that. And then I had to stop recording my morning session because I had a session with Warrior where I continued to trade BMR live for my class. And I think in this little section of the video here, in the next 3 minutes, I go from up 2,000 to up 5,000 or 6,000 on it. So we'll take a look at BMR, how I made those trades.
I have been kind of regretting not selling all kind of right away.
And I'll mute the commentary from that just so I can comment as I'm rewatching my actual trading. And unfortunately, the streaming that I do live is at a lower bandwidth just so it takes up less memory. It's super clear when you're watching it live, but unfortunately it's just not the clearest to play it back in my media player here. But essentially what's happening here is we had a really nice 1 minute pattern. It's just going higher. It extends off the 9 EMA. It chops around, goes sideways, dips hard into the 9 EMA, which looks like it was just under 22. I don't know if I bought that there. I probably did because I was selling some at 23.34, probably towards the top of this candle here. And now at this point, I'm just trying to get as much out of this position as I can. I'm in from 22.95, which is somewhere down here. And I know that I'm in with such a good position that I should just let this extend. And there's no real reason to sell at this point. So I know 25 is coming up next. And again, similar to what I was saying before, what happens if we get to 25? Let's see if we test it. Okay, great. 25 on the ask. See if we can break 25. And honestly, I probably could have added back small size here for the break of 25. Get in at like 24.70, 24.80, small size. Because what I want to see is if we break 25, again, same idea. Do we break and hold it? If so, we're probably going to see 26, maybe break 26, go to 27. Context on BMR here is we're up 1,100% on the day already. So we're kind of breaking all the rules already. Once you get to this point, it's literally just a technical short squeeze. So again, you see I bought there 24.93. I'm selling some 25.60, some 26.30s. So literally what I was just saying, and all of a sudden I have a really nice winner on this stock just because I'm reading the psychology well. We're coming up to the halt level. I've scaled down to really small size, but I'm up $3 a share on my last couple of shares here. $3.40. And I don't know, I think that was a false halt. I don't think I time skipped. But let's see, where do I sell? I think I'm seeing if 2025 is going to hold, and then do I buy more? Probably. I'm noticing, here's the thing that I'm noticing. It's having a really hard time rejecting hard and breaking down, especially considering this run up. If it's not going to halt up, in my opinion, it should have a pretty violent rejection back down, and that's not what is happening. So honestly, I kind of hope that I buy more here in the next couple of seconds, because it basically just rejected that breakdown there, and now it's getting bought back up. And that's one thing that I've been trying to work on lately, is adding into my winning trades, because just psychologically it makes a lot of sense. You know, whenever you take a trade, you don't know what's going to happen. You can take something that looks great. It might not resolve the way you thought it would. When you take a position and it is already winning and working for you, you know already that you're in a winning trade, so why not add more size to it? Especially on kind of an outlier move like this. So I didn't add more size to it. Again, I guess I'm thinking potentially this is the first day of really hot momentum that we've had in months, really. So I guess I just wasn't being too aggressive on it. But if you saw on my P&L on that page over there, I was just over 10,000. A little bit more trading on MGIH to finish right there at 12.3. And then I think I hit just a couple more trades later in the day to finish at like 12.6 or something. But anyways, that's MGIH and BMR from last Monday, February 12th. I'm going to cut here, and then we'll take a look at how I traded CHNR just a couple days later on Thursday to hit a couple new goals. First, single ticker, 5-figure day, and a new PR just a couple of days later. So stay tuned, check out that video, and I'll see you guys soon.